The sport of kings set to make a comeback in Trinidad and Tobago as a 7-race card is scheduled for Santa Rosa Park on Saturday. Racing has been suspended since April due to COVID-19, and the president of the Arima Race Club, Robert Bernard, says patrons will have to wait until November the 1st to be permitted entry to the racetrack. According to Bernard, only fully vaccinated patrons will be accommodated. 8 race days have been completed since the start of the year, with another 5, including the Royal Oak Derby, scheduled for the 2021 calendar. 7 races, as we said, scheduled for Saturday, with the first post at 12:50 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time. Joining us now on the SportsMax Zone is CEO of the Arima Race Club, Ken Ogeer. Ken, welcome to the SportsMax Zone. Great to have you on. The return of racing in TNT has been on again, off again. Finally, racing on Saturday. I have seen the entries. How happy is the fraternity at this time?
Well, people are just anxious to get back to the racing. So we are glad to have them back on Saturday. Actually, the ministry and government has given us approval to operate even prior to the 1st of November. So we are having races on Saturday under the safe zone concept, which means that only fully vaccinated patrons will be allowed at the track.
Yeah, and the industry itself obviously would have taken a huge blow since last year, in fact, and this year even worse for Trinidad and Tobago. Your last race meet was the 24th of April. How ready is the facility and the competitors for Saturday's action? Are the horses fit? Are the riders fit? Is the track in good condition? I see you have 2 turf races on in the 7-race program as well.
Yes, it was a challenge to maintain the facility during the closure. And as you know, without much revenue coming in, we still had our simulcast races going on. But without much revenue coming in, we had to try and maintain the track at an acceptable level. Horses were exercising as normal. We could not have allowed the horses to stay in the stores and not exercise. So the tracks were prepared and the horses have been exercising. However, we know that it will be a difficult task for the horses to come out this Saturday and race soon after. Mm-hmm. So we are having 7 races on Saturday, and the next race day will be on the 13th of November. So they have a 3 weeks rest.
Okay.
We think they'll be okay.
Yeah, I see the champ.
So far as the jockeys are concerned, they have been exercising horses. They haven't been race riding, but they have been exercising horses. I expect some of the guys will be a little overweight, but that I expect will work itself out.
Yeah, what about the classic season? Because I saw a report in the newspapers in TNT a couple of months ago that the Midsummer Classic is not likely to be run, which means that there will be no Triple Crown. Will the Guineas and the Derby be a part of the schedule for the remainder of the 2021 season?
Right, Lance. The fact is, with just 2 months ago, we had to revise our Classic Derby. I mean, we couldn't get away from that. We hadn't run any of the Triple Crown races as yet. So we decided that we will excise the Midsummer Classic and run the Guineas on the 13th of November and the Derby on the 11th of December. Of course, the Gold Cup, which is one of our richest races and the most anticipated races will be held on, as usual, on Boxing Day. Mm-hmm. So that is it. So we simply couldn't run the three Triple Crown races this year for the rest of the year.
Yeah, so who are these 3-year-olds that we are looking forward to for the Guineas and the Derby? Because racing had ended in April, we didn't see the 3-year-olds develop into attractive horses that we would be following for a Triple Crown.
Yeah. Well, we have Asaran, who is touted to be a Triple Crown hunter, and the powerful O'Brien stables have some very good ones coming out who have raced once or twice, but some of our top trainers, they get their horses fit, and they are numbered the 3-year-olds that I have seen exercise this year. And I don't want to give away anything as to my own personal choice, but I can tell you, the Guineas will be there will be a large number of entries, and it will be a competitive race.
Yeah, we'll have to hand it to the racing men in Trinidad and Tobago, Ken Ogeer, because, being out for 6 months is a pretty long time. I saw that Pravin Badri had gone over to Barbados to ride and so on, but a lot of the riders had remained there, exercising horses and, hoping that racing would have returned certainly a lot earlier than it has.
Yes, we actually thought it would return much earlier. But the guys have been very I mean, they have been very supportive of the race club. And the fact is, even if they wanted to go away because of the COVID restrictions and so on, they could not go to any other track. Most of them couldn't because of those restrictions. Yeah. So they stayed and they supported us, and we are hoping to support them going forward.
Yeah, and finally, the main event on Saturday, the 3-year-old and over 6 race on the card. John O'Brien, the champion trainer, having a couple of big names in there, making headlines, and Bella Riva, who was the champion 2-year-old in 2019. But General JN, who is one of your top horses, also in that field. So that looks like a fairly decent feature race on Saturday.
Well, some of them are prepping for the Gold Cup in December. But we think that the races will be very competitive on Saturday. And we expect a good turnout, yes, and very competitive races with good payouts. Looking forward to that.
Ken Ogeer, thank you very much for talking to us on the SportsMax Zone, and we'll be following the race meet very closely. And next week's at the track will feature Saturday's Trinidad and Tobago Santa Rosa Park racing. Thanks, man.
Sure, man. Right.
Yeah, that's Ken Ogeer, CEO of the Arima Race Club, talking to us about the return of horse racing to Santa Rosa Park in Trinidad and Tobago for the first time since the 24th of April.
All right, Lance, we're going to take some moments now for interactive. We asked a question on yesterday's show, will the West Indies be a weaker team without Fabian Allen? And of course, our viewers sent us voice notes.
Yeah, West Indies will be a slightly weaker team, because Fabian Allen is a brilliant fielder, a good bowler, and a good batsman as well. Have a well-rounded game. And Akil Hussain is, I would say, in the same class as a Fabian Allen. So it's a big loss for West Indies, but we have to move on from that, and I believe we can find some close to suitable replacement for him as well.
Well, the replacement has been announced. It's Akil Hussain. We said our bits on this, so I just want to hear from the viewers.
This will be a weaker team without Fabian Allen. Fabian Allen is a genuine all-rounder. He can feel very good. He's a good batsman by hitting a lot of 6, and he's a good spin bowler. So the side will be weaker without him. This is Ronald Henry from Jamaica.
Thank you for that, Ronald. Do we have more? All right, so that was our last voice note. Well, we already said that, if things were the way we wanted, Fabian Allen would be in. It's unfortunate that he has an injury, and I'm hoping that Akil Hussain can step up. Anything from both of you?
Yeah, well, I just want to, endorse what has been said about Fabian Allen. He's such a good cricketer overall. He reminds me of a young Dwayne Bravo, just effervescent on the field. He does everything and does everything well, fielding, batting and bowling. And I think his absence will negatively impact on the West Indies team. Having said that, there are a lot of match winners in this current West Indies team, as long as they show the form that we know they can have.
The T20 title, that's what we're going for. Well, gentlemen, we're out of time. We'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time. You stay safe until then.